Hi everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. As you know, in my weekly lesson, I often have affirmations, and these affirmations are designed to help you to be the best person you can be by affirming a truth which is true about your learning experience. For example, I learn very well. I learn quickly. These are good affirmations. But what I've discovered in talking to many of you about affirmations is that many of you see them as things that you want to become, not things that you really are. So the affirmations kind of change in your mind. You don't accept the fact that you do learn quickly. You think, yeah, that's a nice affirmation. I'll try to bring that in. I'll try to repeat it daily so that maybe within a few days it might be true. Now, the problem with that is, first of all, you're denying yourself the truth that you do learn quickly. And the second thing is, you're kind of looking into the distance there. You're kind of looking into the distance and seeing a different you, which you're hoping will come tomorrow. Now, there's nothing really wrong with that if that's your view of yourself, but you're kind of missing out there on a truth. Good affirmations are usually written in the present tense or the extremely short-term future to assure you of the person that you are and how the person that you are is going to operate on a particular day. But that's a very different thing from simply deciding that, well, the affirmation doesn't look like you, but hopefully in the future it might. There's a reason why they're called affirmations, because they're affirming something which is already there. They're reminding you of something which is already true. If that wasn't the case, I would call them hopes and dreams or expectations. The problem is, many of you, when you see an affirmation about your English, you don't accept it. You just think, no, that's really not me. And for some reason, many of my students seem to have difficulty in accepting affirmations. Some of you out there lack confidence or maybe have deeper issues regarding expression or mental health. I don't know why I often attract students like that. I mean, after all, I'm perfectly fine. Yeah. Anyway, in order to use an affirmation effectively, what you really need to do is to stop seeing the affirmation as something which is going to come about in the future and to accept it as a truth. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to run away to a mountain, sit there and meditate for 3 months, but it does mean that you have to be open-minded. You have to be open at least to the idea that the affirmation is true. You don't have to believe it immediately, but you just have to be open to the idea that it's something which you might actually be rather than become. And I can't stress that enough. These affirmations, especially ones written in the present tense, are stating facts. And they're facts to give you more confidence. If you see an affirmation as something which may be true in the future, as something you're about to perhaps achieve or a point that you can get to in a few weeks or months, then you're losing the purpose of the affirmation. An affirmation is true about you now, about who you are, and about what you're doing. And the more present you can make that, the easier they become to work with. Now, speaking of affirmations and these kind of things, I do understand that many of you just don't like affirmations. It's just not your thing, and that's fine. Some of them can be a little bit strange, even for me, and also not everyone identifies with them. I would invite you, though, just to spend a moment thinking about why you don't, what it is that you don't identify with exactly. For me personally, colour plays a huge role in my life. I have to say that rather than using affirmations, I relate well to colour. Now, as you know, I don't come from a culture which celebrates food. In fact, food here doesn't really have any importance. But for me, colour does. A few days ago, I tried to make a curry, as I think I told you before, and it looked yellow. And I couldn't eat it because it looked just disgusting. It was a very strange shade of yellow, and it just reminded me of something that wasn't very nice. I tried to eat it, and I couldn't. Then, I think later, I tried to make another curry with cauliflower, and that was worse. It just looked grey. And I thought, oh no, no, I can't eat this. So, regardless of taste, colour for me is very important. Now, we're going to read an article which has appeared in a magazine called Happyful, which is all about colour and how colour maybe could help you in your learning journey. So, this article is called A Colourful Life. It says, when you think of the vast array of colours that compose the canvas of life, it's hard not to feel deeply. A breathtaking landscape, a playfully vibrant home, wild flowers dancing in the breeze, these things offer a menagerie of fun for the senses. Colour infuses every day of our lives, symbolizing so much of the human experience, and sitting at the helm of joy and creativity. But between rushing around and focusing so intently on the to-do list at hand, we can become short-sighted, and the spectrum of hues can go unnoticed as we miss the detail in that place, object, or person that can provide a lift for the soul. If only we took the time to really look. The benefits of appreciating the colours of life are right at our fingertips, and one way to grasp them is by taking an explorative dive into colour through culture. By deepening our awareness of it, we can form new ideas and see the world through a brighter lens, providing a wonderful salve for our mental health and a boost for creativity. Ready to begin? Researchers estimate that most humans can actually see around 1 million different colours. That's quite the contrast to the 7 shades of the rainbow we learn about as a child. But this is a gift we often take for granted in daily life. When taking a moment to be mindful and really focus and appreciate the varying tones, surrounding us could be truly awakening. If you think about how you feel exploring a street market or strolling through a garden, chances are you'll be uplifted, engaged, and alert to the world. So much more than a collection of hues, colour can shift us from one state to another. Now, I don't think my spacing was quite right in the last sentence, so let me just read that again. So much more than a collection of hues, colour can shift us from one state to another, impacting mood, stress, and creativity, while also helping to form memories. And then the article goes on to talk about a study by someone called Ravi Mehta, suggesting that the colour red can enhance a person's performance on a detail-oriented task, while blue is better for creative ones. And there's a study here in the Malaysian Journal of Medical Sciences reviewing the impact of colour on memory performance, and that higher contrasts can help us recall better. It says here, chances are there. Yeah, again, this article doesn't have a lot of commas here, so let me just read that again. Chances are there are some powerful associations already in play from your own experience. You might love orange for its ability to transport you back to chatting with friends in front of a fire, or the red of deck chairs that remind you of childhood holidays. Green might be your calm colour, while grey, stirring up unwelcome feelings, sits in the background. Well, yeah, that's probably true. I would agree with that. You know, I use colour a lot. I have a little rose-coloured amethyst, which I like to sit on my desk. It's a little stone or crystal. But when I look at it, it just makes me feel calm because it's rose-coloured. In the old days, of course, we would have referred to this colour as pink. But these days, that colour would largely be associated with femininity. So I prefer to call it rose colour to suit my masculine identity. It says here, what's interesting is that while we have personal associations with colours, there does appear to be a universal pattern of recognition as well. In a recent survey, 68% of people associate red with love. Oh, really? I would have associated that more with passion. And then it says 52% connect yellow with joy, 35% find relief in blue. And how we tune in to different colours, how they make us feel personally, is very important. They can embark on a colour journey that boosts our appreciation of colour, challenges preconceived notions, and creates new experiences that nurture us both mentally and emotionally. Oh, lovely. So if you want to read this article in more detail, you can find it in issue number 87 of a magazine called Happyful, and it's on happyful.com, although I don't know if it's free on there, but it's in their magazine anyway, issue 87. There we are. That's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care. Bye.